Come on.
They got bombs in the sky, no wondering why. Cause I already learned about genocide. I ain't worried about nothing till from back I ain't frontin' armory on me. Think I'm lying, that's my cousin, that's my sister, that's my mother, that's my papa, some or others. I ain't never for the bluffing. Let me tell you niggas something, I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I say it with my chest, I do my thing, yeah. I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. Nope. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I get it off my chest, I do my thing, yeah. Got an army on me and the company of G. Maybe O to the D, but I'm just trying to stay free. Read the words faithfully so I can get what's meant for me. Cause yeah, I gotta do more. I'm in that 144. Our President Thomas for stepping. A gift that takes us to heaven. I pray you learn all your lessons. And this is just my confession. Removing curses from blessings. And if I first on one second, brave and I divide designer, then I can give you reminders that I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I say it with my chest, I do my aim, yeah. I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I get it off my chest, I do my aim, yeah. Doomsday could be Are you ready? Cause I'm ready. Yeah, said I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I say it with my chest, I do my thing, yeah. I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I get it off my chest, I do my thing, yeah. I'm a doomsday prepper. Who gon' check us? Can't nobody check us cause I don't play checkers. I only play chess, yeah, you know that that's my game. When I get it off my chest, I do my thing, yeah. Yeah, said I'm a doomsday prepper. Yes, sir. And you see where that's at. You see where that's coming from. You know, doomsday prepper. Testaments Volume 3, Rise and Shine. On all streaming platforms everywhere. Go cop up now. Listen. Get those lyrics in. Really pay attention. Feel me? Yeah, we bringing this year to a close, so it's only right I watch this video. I'm gonna keep it real. I watched it already. Like, I literally just watched it. And then it made me think about the fact that it's like, I didn't make a video today, so I gotta make a video. So we gonna watch a different version of the video. Because I watch the Vox version of the video. I watched this version. But we gonna watch this version. Because I ain't see this version yet. Somebody did it in 4 minutes. We might watch both, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how this one go. Because Morgan Freeman narrating it. I don't know if we gonna get through all of this. Because, yeah. Yeah, but we gonna see. Let me switch the view. Yeah.
The NBA is back, and with FanDuel, this season's looking better than ever. New customers get a no-sweat first.
Oh, I forgot to say. Good night and good day. I am OurEyeSee. Say no, OurEyeSee. You mean one word made from three? OurEyeSee. That's right there. That's me. Yeah. How you doing? You good? Straight like that. We already in the video though.
Bet and get up to $1,000 back in free bets.
If you were listening to this.
This said 7 minutes. This say 10 minutes. Why this video 10 minutes and it say 7 minutes?
Of God.
You're lying.
But humanity.
See, I'm not gonna get through
survived. And you We're done for finding this tape. For I hid it deep in the mountains of Scotland. In a place so extreme, it would not be stumbled upon for hundreds of years. So, child, sit back, take note, because this is how the year 2022 motherfucking went down.
Alright, that was
The
kind
year
of funny.
began, as it usually does, on the 1st of January. It was a time of peace and prosperity and world high scores. No annual riots in the capital, which is unusual for a January in this period of history. But the peace is not to last, because somebody couldn't keep Will Smith's wife's name out their fucking mouths.
Alright, no, this guy funny.
Jada's boyfriend's not around to defend her honor. It was left to Will to do the honor.
Oh no! Oh
Myself and the
no!
other side were shocked, watching it all unfold. There was 3 losers in one fight. He didn't know.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Chris Rock. He didn't want to do what he had to do, being Will Smith. And she did nothing, being Jada. Acts
Hey
of
yo,
aggression were
Morgan
only to
is
get
hilarious.
worse, with the first invasion of a sovereign nation by a world superpower since World War II, excluding Bush and Blair. That incited a fuel crisis, power outages, and the exacerbation of a cost of living crisis. Here's how everyone's looking at gas prices. The world listed their icks, and just when you think you've found the one, Andy Dufresne, he's a 10, but he's willing to smell like 500 yards of shit-smelling fountains. I can't even imagine. Kanye West reached peak Kanye. He did, well, imagine everything you shouldn't do. He did it. Yeah, the old sage offered up some pearls of wisdom.
The
Nobody
old
seems
sage.
to want to work today.
Time out. I'm watching the whole video. I did not know it was going to be this funny. Morgan Freeman is being hilarious right now. And that's why it's 7 minutes, because it didn't start till 2 minutes. Bro. I didn't think it was going to be this funny. Alright. You got to catch the little gems, bro. He called her old sage. Oh, alright. This is pretty funny.
She told us we should get our ass up and work. Molly May also.
Ironic, right? The audacity.
Reminded us that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Of course, Kim.
Do we?
Emily Ratajkowski both dated this guy. What am I doing wrong? Pete Davidson had the best year in living memory.
Facts.
As he dated, well, everyone.
Facts.
Mine with him was nothing spectacular. Felt like he acted like, he had lots of options.
Jump.
Which is a definite red flag. Meanwhile, nobody's DMs were safe from Adam Levine. Holy fucking fuck. That body of yours is insane. Thanks, Adam. Ego restored. The beloved Queen of England finally passed on. Prompting days of national mourning and a broken record for the world's longest queue. Of course, there had to be the British. Queue jumpers were put in the social media stocks and pelted with rotten veg. The longest standing monarch was presided over by the shortest standing prime minister, in Liz we trust. But she was outlasted in office by a 60-pence iceberg lettuce. The Queen's eldest son, King Sausage Fingers, eagerly took up the crown. If there was a showdown 17 years in the making, 2022 made it happen.
Dog.
Darth Vader finally took the high ground, and somehow still lost It was a year of controversial court rulings, with Roe versus Wade rolling back on decades of progress for female rights in the U.S.
That happened.
The case of Depp and Heard played out not in the Supreme Court,
That happened as
but
well.
in the Supreme Court of Public Opinion. It was a ruling that divided many. When one relationship ends, another begins, or in this case, rekindles. Bennifer tied the knot, but less than a month in, the cracks are already beginning to show.
Bro, J-Lo and marriage is
Here's one
just...
thing you need to do before you start your holiday shopping. Don't spend another...
For new music, with the banging club anthem of the summer being a Kate Bush song written in 1985, thanks to the popularity of Stranger Things. I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. I've been running up that hill, running up the roads, and now I'm out of breath, because I haven't exercised since high school.
Her legs ain't break.
September was all about dragons and rings and unearthed gems. Or should I say, uncut gems. Uncut gems. Uncut gems.
No, this nigga's a troll.
Fair to say, there was a mixed reception to the world's most expensive television show. Never far from the headlines,
Never.
Donald Trump announced his new campaign to be president after every one of his backed candidates lost in the midterms. Politics is about momentum. Trump 2.0 looks in prime position to take on President Nonsense
He's also
in
a troll.
2024. Elon Musk, the heralded champion of free speech, bought Twitter after history's largest case of buyer's remorse. $44 billion well spent. In the true spirit of free speech, he started silencing people poking fun at him. For a short moment, Elon Musk was the most common name in the world. People kept their money away from the banks, still piling into crypto exchanges. But maybe they should have kept it away from the bank Man-Frieds. He probably should be renamed Lehman Brothers Man-Frieds. As RTX, the world's second largest crypto exchange, imploded, with crypto bros everywhere booking emergency tickets back from the moon. Harry and Meghan put the royal family in their place. They wanted only to tell their truth. $100 million was a nice, unexpected bonus. Speaking of engineered moves, Cristiano Ronaldo, the most followed person in Instagram history, engineered a move away from the football club where he was idolized. But that was merely the appetizer to a final showdown between great rivals. December brought the first Winter World Cup in Qatar, where the stars turned out. A World Cup free from controversy, perhaps best remembered for the reveal that the FIFA president was in fact a gay disabled migrant woman. As he was a millionaire white male and unopposed leader of a corrupt international marketing company, I don't think many of us saw that one coming.
Right.
The mighty USA
agendas.
played England, with the loser forced to keep James Corden. When the stakes are that high, it inevitably resulted in a drab 0-0 tie. Each country had too much to lose, so James now has to live in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. Football, once again, did not come home, though we could all enjoy the tears of Luis Suarez. The main thread of the World Cup was the final GOAT face-off. Messi GOAT Gruff versus Sweet. It started with a GOAT humiliation, followed by a bench GOAT, until ultimately the GOAT of GOATs had the final say, with a little support from their 12th man. But let's just say some of the colossal pricks in victory even managed to be magnanimous. He finally did it. The guy everyone wanted to win a World Cup.
I don't know about these parts of 2022.
When Messi didn't want a picture.
Salt Bay.
Tell you what, Salt Bay, You can have one for 200 grand, and that doesn't include tip.
I don't know nothing
Hey,
about it.
2022. I just heard 2023 say, watch this. I do hope 2023 will be better. I hope people won't do so much dumb shit. I hope.
Me neither, Morgan. Me neither. Hey yo, that was a great 10 minutes well spent. I didn't even know it was gonna be that funny. He kind of lost me at the end because I didn't know what the heck that stuff was. But yeah, 2022 for me, as I stated in the previous. If you ain't see the previous, go check out the previous after you done the present. But you know what I'm saying? I had a great year, and it's closing out great. You know what I'm saying? And also go check out the other 2022 and 7 minute video. That drawing actually, it was more informative. I'm gonna say that one was hilarious. That one was way more funny, but the other one had more information. Granted, they not explaining nothing. It's really just, I mean, real short clips to just, you mean, try and cap up the whole year. But Morgan's was way funnier. It was way funnier. But yeah, going ahead into the next year, even though I mean every day is every day, is one into the next. It's all about. It's not even really about time, but I'm gonna say time in the sense of trying to relate the understanding. Is like the person said, there everybody got the same 24 hours in a day, which is not necessarily true, but we do all have the same amount of time. We can all have the same amount of energy. Like it's all about the work you doing, which, like I'm gonna say a theory of Einstein's, just for the lack of knowing anybody else who actually really made up the theory. But let's give Einstein the credit. The theory of relativity, like just knowing that it's like the way you are moving in any given moment in time, and the way you are perceiving the things you are doing, it makes time move in a different way for real. Like a rich person's 24 hours is different from a poor person's 24 hours. And that's where I'm going at. Like it's different in a sense. But we all have, like, from ground zero to wherever you want to be, we all have the same capacity to reach whatever level we really want to reach. Granted, if we put in that work. But that's not easy, because doing work and stuff like that, especially the fulfillingness of it, like the actual, the concept of never having to work because you're doing something you enjoy. So like by doing things you enjoy, you never have to work a day in your life. Like that concept only comes to fruition from knowing what it is you really enjoy. Like you gotta really know what you're trying to do in this life. Like you gotta really know how you trying to live and what you want to be, and how to actually, make that come into life and existence. So that's where all our focus should be lying. But unfortunately, the mass majority of people are caught up in the program and trapped into things that they don't really understand, but they just, unconscious slaves to things that, you want to complain against and stuff like that. But whole time it's like we run the system that we complain about. Like without the people, the system doesn't exist. So it's like, how you blaming the system that you're a part of? There's no point of blaming. You can't blame the system if you're not blaming yourself, really. If you're being a part of it, if you're, contributing to the monster. If you're feeding the monster, then you can't be mad at how big it gets, and the fact that it lives, because you're also feeding it. Just keep that in mind going forward, because it's like, yeah, the things you feed shall grow. So, if you gotta feed something, why not feed something that you want to grow? You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm coming from with it? And the things that you don't want to grow, don't feed them. Let them starve. Let it die. It's okay. Especially if it's harming you. That's self-defense at a certain point. You're defending yourself from the things that is offending you. Let it die. Let it go. You really don't need it, because it's not doing anything for you other than sustaining your your demise. It's like it's bringing that faster when whole time you might be able to live longer, let you do the other way. Try it. You've never seen it done. Why not be the first? You feel me? So yeah, that's my little message going into 223. Cause, 7 on the rise. It is literally almost here. And I think it's gonna be a great year. Indeed. Indeed. And speaking on, I'll come back for that. But yeah, I was about to touch on the fact that like people blame things, but fuck it, I'm gonna talk about it now. You know how like everybody something might go wrong, and you'd be like, yeah, look I mean Satan, it's like everybody always need a scapegoat. This is just something I literally just started thinking about today. I don't remember exactly why it came across my head, but I was thinking about that and I was like, yo, people just love to blame things on other things when whole time it's like if you just hold yourself accountable, it makes you accountable. So therefore you can do something about it. But always blaming something outside of yourself, it's like you're trying to make excuses for yourself, and therefore it makes your brain think that you can't do anything about it other than complain about it more. But complaining does nothing for you. So instead of complaining about something outside of yourself, come to the realization that whatever you're complaining about, you have some part in it because, obviously you have a connection to it. Like, so you playing a part in whatever you're complaining about. So stop complaining about it, realize your part, hold yourself accountable, and do better to the point where it's like you don't need to complain about anything because you are in control of everything that, is going on, everything that is, involved in your life. Therefore, there's nothing outside of you that can be holding you anything. It's like you literally can be free. I think that's what I was thinking about, the fact of freedom, like real freedom. Like you might think that you're free, but you're not really free because we're always, you know, on the leash of something. Like as simple as food. It's like you need to eat, right? So therefore, however you're coming to terms with the resources to eat, it's like you're kind of on a leash to that. That's what's dragging you along. It's like, you gotta get this. So you have to do this. But and I'm just thinking on it in a way. I don't have the exact solution in words yet, but I think about things, I question some things that gives me answers. And I'll talk about that too on another video, questions in itself. But for now, I still ask questions because I'm giving answers. And a little snippet, it's like answers are God. And if God is the answer, what are the questions? You feel me? But yeah, thank God I'm still giving answers. So hopefully in 2023, you all get more answers. As I get more answers and we get more answers, then there'll be more answers. You feel me? And less questions. Know what to know. Reap what you sow and grow what you should grow. And that's how OurEyeSee. Right now, OurEyeSee me out. Peace and love. Great 2023 coming.